Hey guys. Just set it down. All right, y'all. So today is day 38 of 100. Yay! So today is called Learn to Come From Behind. And this is the longest chapter of all of them. Wait, let me see if I can set my phone down here. Yeah, this is awesome. I don't even need a tripod. So today is called Learn to Come From Behind. And this is the longest chapter of all of them so far. And when I first read it, I was like, it's another one that's not my favorite. But I thought, there's something good in here because all of these, many of them haven't been my favorite. And I have found that just when they're not my favorite, they have the best lesson for me. And I hope that, some of these have lessons for you guys too. So learn to come from behind. These titles are never appropriately named, in my opinion. But once I read through this, I think you guys might get it. So learn to come from behind is where the author is talking about how when we set out to do something in our lives or we set out toward goals, it's never going to be a straight line. That you're always going to have 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You're always going to be in a good rhythm of going back and forth, that it's just like a dance. There's no rhythm. He says there's no rhythm in a straight line upward. It's just part of the process. But that a lot of people, self included here, get discouraged when they slide backwards or that they take a step backwards after they've just taken some steps forward, and that it's incredibly discouraging. I don't know about you guys, but I have been there a lot. He says that, let's see, he quotes an author from The Power of Optimism, talking about there are characteristics of tough-minded optimists. This is where it gets good. And one of the most important is that optimists always plan for their renewal. They know in advance that they're going to run out of energy. He says that in physics, the law of entropy says that all systems left unattended will run down. Unless new energy is pumped in, the organism will disintegrate. So it basically says, use it or lose it. If you're at a point in your life where, you're not using your brain, get up and use your brain. Do things that are going to motivate you and help you to learn, because it is use it or lose it. Things are going to run down. But pessimists, this is incredibly interesting. Pessimists don't want to plan for their renewal because they don't think that they should have to. They don't think they should have to have a plan. Pessimists are all or nothing thinkers. They're always offended when the world is not perfect. Excuse me, honey.
Hi.
Have a seat, please.
Okay.
They're offended when the world is not perfect. They think that taking a step backwards means something negative about the whole project is either about to happen or is happening. If this were a good marriage, says a pessimist, God bless you, we wouldn't have to rekindle the romance. A pessimist would say this, dismissing the idea of even taking a second honeymoon. But an optimist, moi, except recently, I've had my days of pessimism. An optimist knows that there will be ups and downs, and that an optimist isn't scared or discouraged by the downs. In fact, an optimist plans for the downs and prepares creative ways with them. The best example I can give you for this is, I'm an optimist, but I have bad days, you guys. Yesterday was a horrible day for me. And I knew that I could have another bad day today. So I planned today to be a good day. How did I do that? Before I went to bed, I got the kitchen clean, I made my coffee, all these little things that I could do last night to set the stage to invest in my day today. I did it last night.
So do it.
Hey, have a seat, please, and stop.
Okay.
He talks about how, let's see, you can plan your schedule for your own comebacks. Lisa, you were the highlight of my day, honey. You can schedule your own comebacks, which is exactly what I did yesterday. You can look ahead on your calendar and block out time to refresh, renew, and recover. Even if you feel very up right now, it is smart to plan for your renewal. And this is like something we talk about all the time, you guys. This is no different than, planning your comeback with weight loss. It's all about the effort you put into it. What you put in today, you get out tomorrow. You reap what you sow. So you're at that point where you want to lose weight, then it's food prep. If you're at that point where you want to lose weight, then you set out your clothes the night before and you pack your bag because you know you're going to the gym after work tomorrow. That's just another way of approaching it all. If you catch yourself thinking, this is interesting because this is something I go through a lot. If you catch yourself thinking that you're too old to do something that you want to do in life, whether it's your dream or what have you, recognize that you are now listening to the pessimistic voice inside of you, and that is not the voice of truth. Because you're never too old, you guys. I figured out what I wanted to do when I grew up when I was 42. I'm 45 years old now. And, you know, I mean, like one of the women who inspires me, her name is, she's gone now, but Louise Hay. She was 60 years old, I think, when she discovered that she wanted to open her own publishing house. You know, Jenny, what do you say? Prepare for the rain. I love that. Get the field ready, plant and wait for the rain. Faith, I love that. Oh, Jen Swiger, we need to have a lunch date. Her name is Jenny Swiger. Oh, no. He goes on to talk about how there was this one man who, he was in his late 50s when he decided to go and write 2 books. And he became like an amazing author. And he published a book when he turned 60. He published his first book. And the book was very popular. It was about baseball, which, you know, I don't do sports. And he actually dedicated the book to Stephen Chandler, the man who wrote the book that I'm reading here. And he addressed it this way. He said, to Steve Chandler, who cared about writing and cared about me, and one day said you should write a book about baseball. Nobody cares how old you are but you. Y'all, hi, LJ. I mean, as I'm talking to you, I know I have wrinkles in my forehead. I know that, you know, I'm not a 20-something. I'm not pretending to be, because I'm officially at that point in my life now where I'm like, nobody's paying attention to me as much as I'm paying attention to me. If there's a dream in my heart, I'm going for it. Because I've decided I'm going to wake up and be the kind of mom that my kids want to have. I'm going to be the kind of wife my husband wants to have, the kind of friend my friends want to have. And I'm going to start coaching people the way that I would want a life coach to coach me. Uh-huh. Yes, you say uh-huh. Let's see, what's about this one? Oh, he goes on to talk about our brains at the age of 25 versus 75, that there's absolutely, the good news here in the scientific research is there's no difference between a 25-year-old's brain and a 75-year-old's brain. Too bad, I'm 76. Stop it, Jillian. He's done more than 50 scans on volunteers who range from the ages of 20 to 87. The memory loss and mental passivity that we used to believe was caused by aging has now been proven to be caused by a simple lack of use. You guys, use it or lose it, right? Use it or lose it. The brain is like a muscle in your arm. When you use it, it gets stronger, and it gets stronger quickly. But when you don't, it grows weak and it gets slow. He says to spend your days doing anything that is intellectually stimulating and challenging. And it can serve as a kind of stimulus for dendritic, I can never say that, those dendrites in your head, in your brain, for the growth in your brain, which means it adds computational reserves in your brain. You can make yourself smarter, is what he's saying. Whoever told you that you cannot make yourself smarter didn't know what they were talking about, because at the end of the day, whoever taught you not to try, they didn't know. Flex your mind, develop it, and use it. It will enrich you and bring you the love. It will bring you the love of life that thrives on trust and truth and understanding. And there's also some research, you guys. This is really good, and this isn't good for me because I don't like math. Please stop. There's research that shows that mathematicians live longer than people of any other profession. Mental activity keeps you alive. You lose your mental challenges and life itself fades away. Don't listen to the voice inside of you that talks about your age or your IQ or your life history or anything, because it can slow you down. Don't be seduced. You can start a highly motivated life right now by increasing your challenges, increasing the challenges that you give to your brain. So basically, what he's saying is learn to come from behind. And what he means is plan your comeback. You know, experienced a setback in your life, see it as a setback or see it as a setup. And if you see it as a setback, you're going to be stagnant. You're going to stay in this static place where you're stagnant and you're going nowhere. But if you see your setback as a setup, then start planning your comeback. Say, you know what, Sherry 2.0 is on the way and she's going to be stinking awesome. And I just know, guys, that if I can do it, you can do it. So just have a vision for your life. Put your heart and soul into that vision. Pray about it. Get alone with your thoughts. And make it happen. If you can dream it, you can do it. Just put a little bit of effort, a little bit of time. Turn the TV off and start planning your best future. Have a good day.